What is up, Chronics? In this video, we'll be talking about this week's Double Money Event Week as well as the property and vehicle discounts. This event week is for May 8th through May 14th, 2025. The current prize ride is the Coquette D10. It's primarily based on the Corvette C8 and has a normal price of about $1.5 million. To get it for free this week, you have to get top 5 in an LS Carmade Series race for 4 days in a row. In regards to performance, I'm a sports class and is a mid-tier performing vehicle in that class, and that's mainly due to its lack of acceleration and poor handling. It has a great top speed, but sadly the handling is just not there. However, I still really like the way this car looks and the customization and everything. Getting off the prize ride this week is great, but that 4 days in a row requirement is a bit annoying. Continuing to the test ride vehicles, we have the Warner, the Landstalker XL, and the Brawler, and all three of these are Move website vehicles. And for current gen console and PC users, we have the Turismo Classic as the HSW test ride vehicle for this week. Continuing to the casino podium vehicle, we have the Vapid Rattel. It's primarily based on the Brenthel Industries Class 1 buggy, and has a normal price at just under $1.9 million and a trade price of about $1.4 million. It's in the off-roads class and is a top 10 performing vehicle on most tracks. It's unfortunately not as quick as some of the regular top off-roaders like the Drager, for example, but it's still very quick for what it is and great at off-roading. The only thing I do want to mention is that it is rear-wheel drive, so definitely something you guys should keep in mind if you don't already know that. When you use it in certain off-roading situations, it can be a bit annoying as it loses traction and all that, so keep that in mind. Anyway, in terms of the dealership cars this week, on luxury autos, we have the Stinger TT and the Granger 3600 LX. Continuing to Simeons, we have the 770, the Vaca, the Click, the Rapid GT Classic, and the Jester, and all of these are Move website vehicles. Continuing to the discounts, starting off with the property discounts, we have 30% off the agency properties as well as the upgrades/renovations for them. Continuing to the vehicle discounts, starting off with the Legendary Motorsport website, we have 30% off the Paragon S. This one's in a sports class and is a top 5 performing vehicle in that class excluding HSW. It has fantastic handling, acceleration, and speed, making it one of the fastest on HSW sports cars for most tracks alongside the Italic GTO and the Niobe, etc. The only thing I don't like too much about this car is its styling. I much prefer the styling of the older Paragon, but regardless, it's still a decent car overall. Next up, we have 30% off the Stinger TT. So this one's in a sports class and is a top 30 performing car in that class around most tracks, with its main strength being top speed. And with HSW, it makes it one of the top 5 performing HSW sports cars in the class. It's just held back a lot by its handling. That's the main issue with this car, but the styling is pretty great if you like front engine Ferraris. Continuing, we have 30% off the Panthier. So this one's in a sports class and is one of the slower cars in the class. Its top speed is well above average. It's just its handling and acceleration that's pretty terrible, and that's a shame, especially considering the styling of this car, which I personally like. The price of this car just really makes it hard to justify overall, even with this discount. Moving along, we have 30% off the Broadway. So this one's in the muscle car class and is one of the slower vehicles in that class, and that's expected for a vehicle like this. It's intended more for cruising and its styling, which I personally really like. It's also got some great customization, just a really nice classic car when customized the right way. Next up, we have 30% off the 300R. So this one's in a sports class and is a mid-tier performing car in that class, sort of where you would expect it to be. It's nice to drive, it has great styling and customization. I personally really like this car a lot. I think Rockstar did a great job with it. Continuing, we have 30% off the Jubilee. So this one's in the SUVs class and is a top 10 performing SUV in the class depending on the track. But obviously it's nowhere near the top 3 SUVs, which is why this is one of those SUVs that you buy more for its styling and customization. And it does offer a Monty Tech as well, which is great. But of course, the elephant in the room with this thing is definitely the interior, where they reused a generic 2013 SUV interior in a $1.6 million Rolls-Royce based SUV, which is just terrible, but it is what it is. Gotta wait for GTA 6 for that new interior, I suppose. Moving on to the Service San Andreas website, we have 30% off the Warner HKR. So this one's in the sedans class and is a below average performing car in that class for track performance, which is to be expected. Its handling is very loose, as it's intended more for drifting, so it's a pretty fun vehicle to drive depending on what you're used to, and the customization is pretty good for being a tuner's DLC car. Next up, we have 30% off the BF Club. This one's in the compacts class and is the fastest non-HSW car in the class for track performance. The handling of this little car is just insane, super grippy, and it's very easy to drive as well. Now the Brioso with the HSW is faster on tracks with longer straightaways due to its speed advantage, but for tighter tracks with not as many straightaways, the Club is the one you want to be in. Definitely worth picking up this week for this price. Continuing, we have 30% off the Segoy. So this was in a sports class and is one of the slowest vehicles in that class, mainly due to its poor handling. So this thing is just terrible to drive. Now the customization and styling is fantastic, but man, driving it is a mess. I don't recommend it if you plan to, have fun with it and mess around. If you just want it for its styling, that's fine. Put it away in the garage, but just don't drive it. Next up, we have 30% off the Granger 3600LX. So this one's in the SUVs class and is a mid-tier performing vehicle in that class. It's pretty average performance-wise like most of the OG SUVs in the game, which is to be expected, but it does offer a nice interior similar to its real-life counterpart and a Monty Tech as well. I wish Rockstar would have put the same effort into Jubilee, but it just is what it is. But this vehicle, overall, I think it's still a bit pricey for what it is, even with this discount. And lastly, we have 30% off the Everon. So this one's in the off-roads class and is a mid-tier performing truck in that class. It unfortunately just lacks the speed and acceleration to keep up with some of the quicker off-roaders, but I will say that the customization is good, and it's great to off-road with since it has the massive tires and tons of ground clearance. For vehicle upgrade discounts, we have 30% off the Monty Tech upgrades, which is great. Moving along to the gun event, the follow weapons available this week, and 30% off the stun gun, and 30% off throwable weapons and armor, plus 100% off the RPG and the compact grenade launcher, making them free this week. For triple money, we have triple money NRP on select community series jobs. For double money, we have double money NRP on the adversary mode Double Down, double money NRP on security contracts in the agency, and lastly, double money NRP on the Data Leaks Dr. Dre contract. This one will pay out $2 million and only takes a little over an hour to complete. Definitely worth to him this week. The payout is fantastic for the amount of time you put into it. For the weekly challenge, if you complete the contract finale, you receive a 100k bonus. For the FIB priority filing on the factory this week, it's going to be the Project Breakaway file. Continuing to the weekly vehicle robbery, some of these salvage are bins. Again, these only change once per event week. You have the gangbang robbery with the car 4x4, the Duggan robbery with the VSTR, and the podium robbery with the Neo, and none of these are claimable this week. And lastly, for the time trials, this week's normal time trial is end to end. I highly recommend a vehicle with a high top speed for this one. For the premium race, we have the supercar race cutting co-warners. I highly recommend the Emirates, Krieger, or Amaggio for this race. And if you're on current gen, I highly recommend using the HSW Weaponized Ignis or the HSW Cyclone 2. And lastly, for current gen console and PC users, the HSW Town Trial is terminal. As always, the HSW How Could You Drag, but the best one for these. In terms of my vehicle discount pick of the week, I'm going to have to go with the BF Club. It's a top tier performing car in the class depending on the track, and just a really nice driving car in general with tons of grip and some decent customization as well. I think this is a great deal on this little car. Anyways guys, overall this event week I would definitely say is above average. Double money on the Dr. Dre contract is the biggest highlight, of course. It pays super well and is pretty fun to do. And there's surprisingly a good amount of vehicles on sale, and the agency property on top of that as well. Although I do wish they would have continued the payphone hits on double money this week for normal players. So factoring in everything, I'm going to give this week a solid 8 out of 10. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. Anyways, again guys, thanks for watching. Hope this was helpful, and I'll see you in the next one.